good news. So after more than 2 months of coronavirus cases increasing here in Michigan, we're finally starting to see a decline in newly reported infections. So this is some great news. Tests are coming back positive, that those have fallen by 5%, and the number of new cases reported during this 7-day average has actually dropped from about 7,000 cases in early April to 5,700 cases this week. So the numbers are starting to look good, and they say that cases are dropping in some of the state's most populous counties. Washtenaw, Oakland, Kalamazoo, Macomb, Livingston, and Ingham counties are all reporting large drops in cases.
Well, good. It kind of means, I think it means more people are getting the vaccine. I think that has something to do with it.
Yes and no, Stoney, because this article also said that, so all the stuff I just said is great news, and there's been kind of like a plateau in hospitalizations, which is also awesome news, but they say vaccination rates are falling. They say since April 11th, vaccines that have been given out have dropped by more than 15,000, and the goal was to do like 100,000 per day. So yes and no on that.
The daily rates are falling, but obviously the percentage is continuing to go up of those vaccinated. Right.
Yes. Hey, listen to this. The feds just busted a former Grosse Pointe resident who led this massive $100 million international cocaine trafficking organization that actually planned to use this underwater drone to ship drugs to Europe. Yeah, this is crazy. This guy's 43 years old. He's been charged with conspiracy to distribute cocaine. And there was this massive investigation. It involved authorities from Farmington Hills, Sterling Heights, Troy, Novi, Dearborn Heights, Northfield Township, as well as law enforcement partners from all over the globe. And these federal officials say that this guy planned and financed the distribution of cocaine from several places, including here in Michigan. They say that he used private airplanes. He also used like commercial container ships to distribute the cocaine throughout Europe. But the plan was to build this underwater drone that could transport large shipments of cocaine to Europe. But he was busted, and that's not going to happen.
I'm not surprised, I guess, because of technology that I don't understand. But underwater drones, so basically it's like a submarine.
Yes. And it sounds like they were going to attach this to container ships, and then it would release, and it would travel somewhere in the water, and it would be picked up by a boat, who was also a part of this guy's team. But whoever was on the boat worked with this guy. Yeah, quite the operation. So,
Other than it being illegal, this is kind of cool.
kind of cool. Yeah.
It's kind of a James Bond movie.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it's like. Police are searching for a pair of masked men who robbed a Days Inn at gunpoint in Monroe on Tuesday afternoon. So the suspects actually forced hotel employees, hotel guests to the ground with a gun during the robbery. They stole cash from the safe and from the register, and then they ultimately fled the scene in an unknown direction. And police do say nobody was injured during the robbery, which is a great thing. But
at the next light, turn right.
Figure out who these guys are. So if you have any information, you should call the Monroe County Sheriff's Department. Ellen Degeneres shared kind of a wild weed drink story involving her wife on Jimmy Kimmel Live, and this was on his 420 special episode. So she was on with Jimmy Kimmel, and she revealed that she's not really big on consuming marijuana. But one night she had 3 weed beverages that she was really hoping would help her sleep. She was having some trouble sleeping, said she drank one,
at the
didn't
light,
feel any effects,
turn
so
right
she
onto
kept
East
drinking
11 Mile
more.
Road.
And then she did eventually fall asleep, but she realized that her wife wasn't in bed with her, and it turned out that her wife
In 1 mile,
was just
turn
really,
right
really
onto
sick
Shock
that
Street.
evening and actually needed to be rushed to the emergency room. So it's like the one night her wife needed help, she was basically, high as a kite. But she did say that she did drive her to the hospital. She said, you know what, I probably shouldn't be admitting that I got behind the wheel, but she did. She said the adrenaline kind of took over, and fortunately they made it to the hospital safely, and her wife is doing much better, which is also good.
Can I ask a question? Sure.
Yes.
And I say this, tread lightly here. Except for the sex sexual connotations. How do you decide who's husband and who's wife? Is it just... I don't,
They're both wives.
are they? Because I
I mean, Portia de Rossi doesn't call Ellen DeGeneres her husband.
does? I don't know. I don't know
No,
the
she
answer.
calls her her wife.
Okay. I thought one's a husband, one's a wife. I don't know.
It's a legitimate question.
Sorry. No. They're both each other's wife. Yes, they're both wives. My goodness.
So like Anderson Cooper and his guy,
It's his
they're
husband.
both husbands.
Yes.
I thought one's a husband, one's a wife.
Get off my lawn!
No, that's not the whole thing. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I just didn't know. I thought it, like I said,
boy.
a non-sexual.
My gosh. Moving on, Stoney. Antonio Brown, he just settled a dispute with former trainer Brittany Taylor, who accused him of sexual assault back in 2019. So lawyers representing both of them released statements on Wednesday revealing that they reached an agreement, but they didn't really reveal any details. But Taylor's attorney says that their dispute is resolved and they wish each other great continued success.
That means Antonio Brown will be signing with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers after the draft.
Yep. All right, so there was this real-life Rapunzel, basically, who actually set a Guinness World Record for the longest hair as a teenager. And she just decided to really switch up her look quite drastically. So this girl had been growing her
Turn
hair
right onto Shop
since the
Street.
age of
Then the
6.
destination is on your
Never
right.
cutting it since 6 years old. She's now 18 years old, and her hair extended to a whopping 6 feet 7 inches long.
Wow.
All right, 6 feet 7 inches long. Imagine brushing it, washing it, and trying to go
The
to the
destination
restroom.
is on your right.
Imagine those things.
27730 Shop Street.
Thinking about is the bathroom. So every
Arrived.
time she goes to the bathroom, she's got to make sure that she's got it all like
Wrapped
wrapped
around
up, or
her.
it would just
Yeah.
go in the toilet, which is so nasty. Anyway,